Someone's childhood or someone's upbringing wasn't the greatest, and there may have been specific family members or a specific family member who made it worse than they had to. Like they inflicted something here because of either jealousy or because of envy. The cards that actually came out are ancient wisdom, and then next to it we have a clear solution. It's almost like you didn't know how powerful you were or who you were. And we have got here the 31 condensing down to a 4. So we're looking at family lineage. We're looking at your emotions. We also have here Lantern Fairy with a clear solution in reverse. And we have a 24 condensing down to a 6. So this is not knowing what your true calling is. I don't know if this family member knew what your true calling was, because they seem very lost themselves. But there is definitely this energy of knowing that you were meant for greater things and not wanting that to happen, even from a young age, even from when you were very young. We have here a wonderful idea and aha moment. So they may have done quite a lot to kind of stop you from reaching your potential. We have invasion, boundaries violated, and dominance coming out here as well. I need to open up my window. It's so warm in here. Give me one sec. Eep. This person seems to be very overbearing, or their energy is very overbearing, very suffocating, or just the be all and end all of whatever situation you're in. This person has to have the last word. They have to, if they want to go into a certain shop, you have to go with them. Do you know what this is actually reminding me of? A family member when I was a kid, and whenever it was coming up to Christmas, me and these family members would go into central London to go and have a look at the shops to see what deals we could find. And it would always be, like, especially in my late teens into my early 20s, you know, this specific family member was like, no, we're going to this shop, and this shop. Don't care if you want to go to the other ones. And they didn't have the confidence back then to be like, well, actually, I'm going over here. And it gives that energy. I want to get one more card, though, because it feels like this person is a bully. But bullies are insecure, aren't they? Bullies are very empty within themselves. Can I get one more card, please, Spirit? Just one. Thank you. Take care of yourself is coming out here. Look at the shine on this card. Look how beautifully luminescent this energy is here with the beautiful little worm, and that energy condensing down to an 8. We're looking at Scorpio. So we're looking at deep feelings. We're looking at the shadow, the occult, things that can't be seen. I feel like somebody here learned what their light was, but it wasn't until you moved away from a specific family member, and then there may have been other family members also that you followed suit and just removed yourself from. We have I will watch over you. So you definitely have a guardian angel that is wanting you to remember something here. My name is Bronwen. This is Bronwen's Cove Tarot 111. If you are new to my channel, welcome, and it's really good to have you here. If you are a returning subscriber, soul family, it's good to have you back. I am going to be ringing this bell to cleanse the space around us, but if you have any types of sound sensitivity, I would turn down your listening device now, simply because it can be quite loud. So I'm going to ring it in 3, 2, and in 1. There we go. Okay, so let's just find out clarity. What do we need to know right now? What's the overarching theme? Ooh, the overarching theme is what comes around. It's negative karma that this person may be gaining now. There's something here. I feel like this person may be filled with regret, not so much for what they did, but for their consequences. For their consequences. Wow. Okay, let's pop you over there. Would you like me to go over here? Let's take a couple of those out and just see. Forged documents, bribery, secrets, lies, and jail time coming out with the root chakra. The brightest light that has ever been seen. This person was jealous of your light. They were jealous of your light. With this ancient wisdom coming through, it feels like the more they got to understand your energy, the more they realized their energy was so opposite to yours. We do have here the 10th house coming out. Maybe this person got readings on you and realized that you were destined for fame or for a career that brought you in a lot of wealth, a lot of being known by others, maybe even becoming like a mini celebrity, or being known for doing a specific thing. And there's, like I said, jealousy and envy coming through. Hardworking, focused and ambitious, multiple streams of income, reputable, honest, strong and positive relationship with father, balanced masculine energy, go-getter, structured view on progress, deep knowledge of persuaded field, expert public presence, inspires others. Okay, should I put this out? Yeah. Let's pop you over here. There we go. So yeah, you're being known for something here. This is like going and having your Akashic records read, or going and having like your fortune told and being told, oh, you have this massive connection to this person in your family. You've had lives before, and this is the lesson that you weren't able to learn just yet, and so it's going to come through again in this life. You may be the catalyst for this person becoming the best person they can be, but for that to happen, you have to go through all your dark nights of the soul. You really have to bare your soul, bear it vulnerable, in other words, rip it open, especially with this number 8 coming down here for Scorpio. We're really looking at shadow work and being told all of this information and going, that sounds like too much. That sounds like too much work. I don't want to do that. I just want the spoils at the end. And at one minute, I'm supposed to be the darkness that brings in their light. I don't want to do that either. I want to be the victor. I want it all. I want it. I want it. I want it. And instead of, you know, taking whatever information they were given in a spiritual sense, and I don't feel like this is something that they understood when they were younger, but as they got older, it feels like this person kind of knew their purpose or kind of knew what they were supposed to be doing, and they ignored it and they stayed in the dark. They stayed in the darkness. This is purposely trying to pull someone off of their destined path. A clear solution. Tell me about this, please. Can I have it on the table? Do you want me to take this? I've really been told to take this. Enabler. Told you. Enabler. Okay. Tell me about an aha moment, please. Wonderful idea, an aha moment. It says here, invalidates feelings and needs. It was just a joke. Lighten up, FFS. For F's sake. Yeah. This is someone who didn't want to see you succeed. Invasions, boundaries, violated, and dominance. This person does a lot of spell work. There's a lot of stuff that they do to try and almost like get into your mental body and also into your heart space. This person may feed off of other people's sadness, almost like an energy parasite, not just a vampire, like a parasite. The way you dress and style yourself. Why am I getting a Sith Lord to a Jedi? Like this person is becoming a Sith Lord to your Jedi. Blood, sweat and tears is coming through. So it's taken a lot. There's been a lot of work that someone's had to do on themselves in the collective to heal from trauma that was purposely placed on your path, like unnecessarily. And I know that we become stronger or different versions of ourselves through all of the experiences that we have, be that good experiences, bad experiences, or ugly ones, right? I feel like this person, even though your path was going to be, I feel like your path was predestined to be rocky from the beginning because you had so much more to gain at the end. The way that you look at how she's shining, she has so much more light than all of these other cards put together, which is my understanding of a light worker. You get to hold a lot more light because you have so many other people to inspire and to light up so that they can light up themselves and others than anybody else does. And I'm not saying that to kind of like massage anyone's ego or anything like that, but the path of the light worker, the light warrior, is going to be one that has a lot more hurdles, a lot more obstacles on it, a lot more dark nights of the soul. But it seems like this person at some point in their life realizing this, continued and was like, okay, I'm going to make it harder. I'm going to make it harder. I can't have the spoils. I can't be the center of attention. Then I'm going to make it harder. Crazy. Tell me about a career and fame, please. So we got gold digger coming out here. This person may have pushed the perspective onto people that you only cared about money, that it was only about the money, it was only about the moolah, it was about how much you could get paid and when, that you didn't have a lot of depth. Why would they say this? Tell me about enabler. Thorn in their side, because you were a thorn in their side. It feels like you, in being your authentic self, in shining your authentic self, you were really placing a mirror up to this person. They may not have understood this when they were younger. And I'm saying younger because I don't know, for some people, there's like a massive age gap between you and whoever this person in your family is. So it could have been like a caregiver or an aunt or uncle or something like that. For others, this is like a sibling or a cousin or someone that you grew up with that was more or less around the same age, benchmark as you. But the thorn in the side here, you were placing a mirror to this person. What does that say? Oh my giddy aunt. That says mirror image. Yo, I did not see that. You literally were showing this person all of the possibilities that were within themselves that they were not accessing, that they were not looking at because they didn't want to heal the things that hurt. Because I keep saying this in my readings, healing is not pretty, it's not tidy, it's not comfortable, and it's not without pain. You know, this blood, sweat and tears, this energy here may look very fragile, like a flower, you know, very dainty and very, you know, almost like an eggshell can break. But it takes inner strength. It takes such inner guidance and strength and self-awareness to be able to say, I hurt, and these are the places that I think I hurt. I want to look into that more. I want to love myself more. I want to pour as much light as I can into those areas, even though it's painful, even though I may cry a lot, even though I may have to go through that blood, sweat and tears. That is more than commendable. That is brave. That's actually what courage is in my eyes. And they didn't like this because it shows them up for not showing up for themselves. Mirror image coming out here is crazy. So this is the reason why they picked on you, or this is the reason why they put you down. This is the reason why they kept putting hurdles in front of you, because it's almost like when they came into corporeal form, they completely forgot who they were. They were so like regulated, or disembodied from their soul and from what their soul's mission was, that they could only see your light and realize they wanted that, but they didn't know how. And the more that they had awareness, the more it angered them that they would have to work for it, that you just had it. And isn't it really funny how, or weird or strange, how we can look at other people's lives and just assume that their life must be going so much better because they have certain things. Like, we can look at pop stars or we can look at actors and be like, oh my gosh, they're so rich and famous, they must have it all together. But you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. And I use this as an example now and again because it really is an eye-opener when you look at Will Smith and Jada Pinkett and how everyone was like, this is a fairy tale, they've been together for over a decade, they are wonderful. And you find out that no, that relationship had been falling to pieces for years, but it was they were silently suffering, living on opposite ends of their big mansion. This is what I mean. This person was looking at you, even from a young age, and going, you've got it so good. I'm feeling like I'm in the darkness, like I don't know how to get out of it, and look at you shining and just being yourself. How dare you? That's crazy, blaming a child or a young person for what? Other people's misgivings. Tell me about the way that you dress. There is something about the way that you dress, and maybe the way that you dressed when you were younger as well. Yeah, look, soul star, chakra and objection, third eye shut. Because you may have had a specific style. There may have been a specific piece of clothing that you liked wearing. It could have been like comforting to you. It could have been something that helped you to self-regulate. Like when I was a kid, up until like I was a teenager, I slept with a baby blanket up until I was like 19, because I really liked the sensory feeling. It was very soft and it made me feel safe. And look, 19 is quite late, you know, to still be sleeping with a baby blanket, but hey, I'm autistic. There you go, there's my sensory little thing. But it seems like there is something here that this person didn't like about you. Like it really irked them that you were having some sort of connection to the divine so early on in your life that they couldn't see. So something to do with your clothing or the way that you presented yourself was like guidance. There was guidance coming in from above, from the divine in your early ages that they didn't see like that. They just saw it as being weird, because authenticity can look strange to those who do not understand what authenticity is. And if you don't know what your authentic self is and you see somebody else acting, dressing, speaking in a way that holds freedom because they don't care what other people think, or they've kind of made peace with that part of themselves, it can really ruffle other people's feathers. It can really make people think, you know, what's going on with me? Why do I feel like this when I see somebody else looking so different to me? They must be strange. So soul chakra, I'm going to put down here. Objection. I feel like objection coming out also has more than one message. It's not just this person objecting to your authenticity from a young age. It's also showing that as you were healing, there were more things that you were willing to kind of speak on and be like, I object to that. This is my boundary. I'm taking care of myself. I'm going to allow myself to shine. I don't care if you don't like the jeans I'm wearing. I don't care if you don't like the top hat or my fedora or my, I don't know, my fluffy keychain. I don't know, whatever. I don't care if you don't like it, because I do. Third eye shut, blocked, cut off, blind and unconnected. Look, trying to reach out. They want to talk to you, untrustworthy. So this person may actually want to speak to you right now. And it may be because this person they are in some sort of pickle. They're in some sort of pickle. Something's happening with them where they want to speak to you, maybe because your money's up or your life is going in a way that, you know, you're bringing in this successful career or successful friendship circle or whatever that may be. And it's the same things that they're now reminiscing on from the past that they were trying to stop in the first place. It says near miss, jumped a red light, whiplash and spun out. This person could have been arrested for jumping a red light. Multiple streams of income are coming in for you. Look, we got family members in reverse. So this could be estranged family members. Because at the start I was thinking, is this an ex or someone that was in love with you? And it's not. It's not, without a doubt. These are family members that you have definitely cut off because you've just been like, I deserve better. This person may be having a midlife crisis. They may have been trying to say that you were having a midlife crisis, and that's irrespective of your age. Where would you like me to go? Underneath. Let's have a look, see. I haven't used this deck in a while. Let me see. I hope everyone is doing well on this Sunday. Please know that if you're watching this and it's not a Sunday, just scrap that part. I only take what resonates and leave the rest, right? Let's see. Tell me, please, what we need to know about this career, fame, ancient wisdom, and gold digger. What do we need to know about that? Hermit's coming out here. Okay. So there is information coming towards you that you are being told to kind of hold to yourself, process it first before making your move. There is some sort of wisdom that's definitely going to come to you that's going to make a lot of money for you, and you're being told to be very careful about people coming in only wanting one thing, which is the money. And it may be a family member. It may be that somebody is going to come in that reminds you of them, but to be quite honest, it feels like an indirect connection to this estranged family member. So like someone coming in and being like, oh my gosh, haven't seen you in ages. It could be like a mutual friend from when you were at school or something, but they're still in contact with this family member, this person that made you feel like ish in the first place. Because they want something here. You've got the Nine of Swords coming out. Stressors. Stressors in reverse. Yeah, this person, they felt better when you failed. They felt better when you felt lost, when you felt like you were falling in the darkness. This person is sadistic. Tell me about mirror image, please. What do we need to know? We've got King of Pentacles coming out here. So this person decided to do the same thing as you, career-wise. It's almost like they wanted to compete with you because they see you as being the one that always does the best. You know, you can pick your hand up, you can put your hand to anything and become really, really good at it. And this was the thorn in their side. So it seems like with this King of Pentacles here, they actually went into the same job, the same department, the same industry as you because they wanted you to see them doing better. Oh, hello. What have we got here? 10 of Wands is coming out here. Okay. It feels like certain things or certain styles that you had through your youth up to present time, especially when they feel really intuitive. Like, you know, when you go into a shop and you just see a pair of jeans and you're like, oh my gosh, I need to have those right now. And there is just like this instant connection. It seems like some of these connections that you're having were more than just a material, oh my gosh, I need to have those. It feels like certain things or the vibrations within those clothings were there to protect you. That's what I was getting before. Like, you have some sort of invisible guide that clothing is important. Maybe in past lives clothing was important as well, and I was just shown like an amulet, but it looks like a brooch on someone's dress or on someone's shirt from like the Egyptian times or the Greek, you know, ancient Greek times, and it was placed for protection, but you wouldn't have known. The same thing with clothing. That's a very unique message coming through. I've never had that come through ever. Tell me about objection, please. Let's have a look. 3 of Pentacles. Objection. They didn't like your friends, or they didn't like when you branched out and done things for yourself. They didn't like when you went off to university, if you did, or to college, or it could have been that you were doing online courses. There is something about you connecting out into the wider world, the wider community, especially when it comes to certain projects, creativity, things that just connect you to other people who are doing the same thing and really like that. This became an issue because it's about control for this person. It seems like right now they are wishing that they hadn't have done that, because that's something that you remember, or that's something that if they try to reach out, you'd be like, B person, what? You didn't want me to collaborate. You didn't want me to have friends. You used to pick on me or say this, this, and this, and now all of a sudden you want to come in. I don't think so. Tell me about the regret. Okay, we have the World. Yeah, something's come full circle for them. Something's come completely full circle for them, and now they feel like they need your financial help, I'm hearing. They need your financial help. And it's not just financial help. This person is going through the things that they did to you. And it may not be in exactly the same manner. And as I started saying that, a big ass blue bottle has just flown in my window and is now like bumping up against the same window. And for me, when I see big flies like that, trickster energy is coming in. To this person, they're more or less walking your shoes from when you were younger. They're now feeling what you felt. Page of Cups in reverse. I'm putting the Page of Cups down here. Yeah, this person was very immature in the past. They didn't see any problem with what they were doing. Like it says, it was a joke. Lighten the F up. Lighten up for F's sake. It's like, how is it a joke if the person that you're directing it at doesn't laugh? Then it's just you bullying. Then it's just you being nasty. Tell me about the King of Pentacles, please. What's happening here? This person could have lost their job. They may have tried to get you to lose your job, you know. You've got the King of Swords. There's definitely something legal going on with their job. There's something here with following the guidelines. They can't follow the guidelines when it comes to work. maybe they were always, I don't know, maybe they were favoured at work, or they were able to kind of like try and throw someone else under the bus. It doesn't always have to be you that they threw under the bus. The King of Cups being in reverse to the Nine of Cups. Yeah, this is the energy of not protecting. They don't feel protected. Listen, the thing to do with clothing, I think this is coming up now because there is a need for you to kind of tap in maybe to the vibrations of your clothes. Which ones make you feel safe? Which ones make you feel nostalgic? Which ones make you feel like you're a teenager again? Which ones make you feel like, you know, you're snuggling up for winter and you're in bed? There's a need here to pick out certain things. It could be actual jewelry, it could be scarf, it could be a specific top or vest or whatever that makes you feel like you are wearing an amulet, be that old or new, and start wearing it, or start wearing clothes that kind of accentuate that type of energy, because the King of Cups coming out in reverse is the lack of protection, and then you have the Nine of Cups, and the Nine of Cups is a wish not fulfilled. So this person may be sending some sort of energy towards you and you're just being told to protect yourself, but specifically through clothing or garments. Yeah. Okay. Can I get 1, 2 more, please? Thank you so much on the table. You got Judgment coming out here. Okay, so for someone specifically, they're being asked to veil, where you take a piece of, you know, it could be a hat, it could be an Alice band, it could be a headscarf, and that you fold it outwards away from yourself, counterclockwise. Is that right? Or clockwise? No, clockwise. So you fold it out, then you turn it clockwise. Fold it again, clockwise. Fold it again, clockwise. Once you've done it 3 times, you are then going to take, you know, your burnt sage or incense or ringing bell or whatever it may be, and you're going to go round it and say, this is my veil protects me. This is my veil protects me. This is my veil protects me. The more you do that, so the more different things, the more that you use different things like selenite, and then using your incense, and then using your sage, the stronger the protection is placed on that veil. And then you just wear that hat for as long as you want, until you start feeling any psychic attacks, or you start feeling like energy that is negative is coming towards you. Then you redo it. You can also take a piece of selenite and pop it into your hat, into your Alice band, and it actually helps. This may be a sign for someone to do this, or to sleep with selenite to sleep with selenite, to put some underneath your pillow. Can I get 1 more card, please? Thank you. 1 more for objection. 1 more for objection, please, and thank you. This person may be in the same job as you now. They may have followed your career. This person has kind of secretly obsessed over you. That's really sad. We have Ace of Cups coming out in reverse. We also have the 4 of Cups here. Yeah. This is like rejection. Sadness and rejection. This person wanted you to feel sad and rejected. This is now happening to them. They really need help. Got the 6 of Wands coming out, but you seem to have, there's something about being like a cat and always landing on your feet. And like I said before, when it comes to like perspective, or when it comes to our prejudgments of other people, we don't know the trials and tribulations that other people are going through. We only see what it is that those people allow us to see, and the story that they want us to see. So for this person, they're not seeing the blood, sweat and tears that you've been through. They're not seeing the sleepless nights, or the nights that you cried, or the nights that you just wanted a hug, or whatever that may have been. They're not seeing any of this, and they're feeling like you always land on your feet and this is not fair. Well, they can feel like that if they want to. The difference between you and them is that even when you didn't land on your feet, you took the time, no matter if it was a year, a day, a month, to heal whatever was hurting before getting back up again. And this person won't. Dolphin, financial gain, usually coming from something you did in the past. So you've got money coming towards you. And it's coming in the form, look, I told you, career coming out as a new job or career. dealings or relationship with a woman is coming through. You also have someone will try to come between you and a friend or something you want, and they will try to state that it's a misunderstanding. This person is going to try and come back in and be like, oh, I didn't mean it like that. Honestly, I was so messed up back then. I didn't mean it like that. They just want money. They want money, and they want the security that comes with money. You are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. So keep going. Thank you. We also have here, someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. The winter months are going to be important when it comes to career growth and money. Money will be coming to you. Trouble and accusations is coming out. So you have somebody here who's going to try and mess this up again for you. This is the thing. They're going to try and put their hand out and be like, I need you to help me. And when you don't, they'll be like, right, fine, I'm going to hold you back. But you have karma. We did ask what the theme was for this reading, right? The overarching theme is karma. You reap what you sow. It's like they haven't learned anything. They haven't learned anything in how many years? For some, in decades, right? I'm going to leave it there. I really hope that gave you the confirmation and clarity that you needed and that you already intuitively knew. If you are new to my channel and this resonated for you and you'd like to see more of my content and when I post, I would love for you to hit on the like, the subscribe and on the notification bell so you can see exactly that and when. If you are a returning subscriber, soul family. Hearts, kisses. I love you guys. Stay safe. Stay awesome. I will see you in the next one. Bye.